to talk about a supposed plot point I keep seeing people bring up in regards to the final episode of Pluribus Season 1, and why the answer to it is right in front of our eyes. Spoilers for the final episode of Pluribus Season 1. If you've seen Episode 9, you know that the hive mind is actively trying to turn Carol, and they can do that by extracting stem cells out of her frozen eggs that have been referenced before. Now, the question I've seen from people is, well, why doesn't Carol just ask them to leave her eggs alone? She could even say, that would make me really happy if you did not turn me. But above all else, the hive mind's biological imperative is to spread. All things must go toward that one goal. I think a good way of thinking about it is like Isaac Asimov's 3 laws of robotics. A robot may not injure a human being, a robot must obey the orders given to it by a human being, and a robot must protect its own existence. However, those last 2 laws can't go against the first law. So if you were to tell an Asimovian robot, hey, go hurt that guy for me, they would be like, no, that goes against my main directive. It's kind of the same with the hive mind. Their main directive is to spread by any means necessary, and then they have these sort of subcategories where be nice to anyone who is not assimilated, and do not harm anything human, animal, or plant. So you could take Carol's desire to get rid of the hive mind to its most extreme. Why can't she just say, hey, leave the planet, leave Earth, put everything the way back it was? They wouldn't do that because it is their biological imperative to spread. But why would the hive mind give Carol an atom bomb? Well, that really has nothing to do with their biological imperative. Yes, Carol could theoretically kill a lot of people with an atom bomb, but that has nothing to do with just giving it to her. View it as like a single transaction. The hive mind giving Carol an atom bomb is completely neutral in the mind of the hive mind. It has nothing to do with whether or not they can continue spreading their psychic glue. It makes Carol happy, and that single action technically does not hurt anyone. It could hurt a lot of people depending on what Carol wants to do, but we've seen how the hive mind doesn't really have much in the way of long-term thinking about its own survival. They're all going to die of starvation in like 10 years anyway.